Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the order, the Audit and Finance Committee meeting for November 2025. I'll turn this over to Rebecca Kennedy, Majority Council for attendance.
Sure, Madam Chairman. Ms. Willingham.
Present.
Zebia.
Here.
Alex.
Here.
Camiso.
Here.
Demalowitz.
Here.
Ray Joyce.
Here.
Dukakis. Yeah. Bergdorf.
Here.
And Graham.
Here.
You have a quorum. The first item is authorizing an agreement with the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York regarding food insecurity. Commissioner Stackwitz and CEO, office member, Director of Policy, I think,
Yes.
is Cam Sagan is here.
Thank you, and yeah, I'll just give like a broad overview of what we're doing here. I think everyone has seen what is happening on the federal level, a little bit of whiplash over the past 3 days or so. Essentially, we are trying to backfill to the extent that is relatively feasible some of the SNAP benefits that may or may not be showing up on time. Of course, when we discussed doing this, there was no mention of any potential backfilling of the SNAP benefits. And still at this point, it's still unsure when people will get their benefits, and I'll let Commissioner Stackwitz get into that. But essentially what we're doing is there's a budget amendment for $750,000 that's putting the money into the line that's coming from unused earlier personnel lines that weren't used in the beginning of the year. So it's budget neutral. The total is $750,000. $250,000 is going to the food bank, and then $500,000 would be going to United Way. So the one that we're talking about right now is the $500,000 for the Regional Food Bank of New York.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So now we understand that there's action that has taken place in Washington, okay? And so, considering if it also passes in the Senate, okay, how long is it going to take for us to get our funds out? Okay, and have we checked with New York State to see if they're considering releasing funding too?
I'm going to let Commissioner Stackwitz handle that one.
So thank you, I appreciate that. So the New York State Office of Temporary Disability Assistance got direction from the governor on Friday evening to move forward in issuing the SNAP benefits. There's a process, full SNAP benefits. There's a process that they have to go through in order to get the benefits issued to recipients.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a 48-hour time frame for them to get the benefits issued, and it's a rolling issuance that occurs. So the first issuance started probably this morning for certain SNAP recipients, so it's only probably about 1/5 of the individuals who received their benefit this morning, and it'll take until probably next Sunday before every SNAP recipient that is currently active to get their benefit. Now, any new applicants that applied after October 21st are not getting their benefit yet. They probably will not see their benefit until probably the following week or the week after, because that's a different rolling process. So right now they're trying to get anybody who is already in receipt of SNAP to get their benefits first. So it takes time. It started this morning and will run until probably Sunday.
Yeah, and so to clarify based on your question, right, there isn't a bill in Congress that was passed, but because of the federal court's decision to say that some states needed to move forward, or states needed to move forward, some states did in fact do that, New York being one of those. So it's a little bit of cart before the horse, so I think there's a certain level that we don't know exactly what's happening, but the state did authorize these payments, and with the hopes that there would be an agreement in Congress.
Okay, so I'm going to open this up because I'm just not clear on something else now. So you mentioned people that were already in the system and people who may have applied and have not been processed. What was this money for? Which group?
This is for all SNAP recipients. This is I don't think we're giving to a specific population of SNAP.
As long as they were active, as long as they showed
Active,
active in the
okay.
system, okay,
Okay.
then they were eligible
Yeah.
to receive.
Okay, so can you tell me what you said 1/5 has been done?
That's correct.
So again, my question is this going to be, if we do this now, will the other 4/5, will they be done before, we get this money out? Because I don't know, how long is this gonna take? Because we're giving this United Way, right?
Yeah, so to be clear, this money can't replace the total SNAP benefits that are going out. So this is just to the best of our ability to act as a stopgap. So the thought is that if there are individuals that have not received their benefit yet, they'll come to one of our distributions to get their cards. But I'll defer to Aaron. I don't think that we can decipher those who have, I mean, I'm sure we could turn away those who have actually received their.
We could, actually, if they had already received their benefit, we could turn them away. So at this juncture, we're looking in the system as we're live, we're looking in the system to see if people have actually received their SNAP benefit, and we can tell that.
So how's United Way gonna tell who has and who hasn't? We don't release that information, do we?
So I have staff that are being deployed into the community to verify that information. My staff will go into that from Department of Social Services. They'll have a laptop so they can get into the system to work, because we can't release that information to United Way.
So, okay, do any of the members have?
Oh, thank you.
Commissioner Marwood.
Thank you. So SNAP's a federal program, right? So we're putting the $750,000 up. We can be reimbursed when this all gets worked out in Washington.
No, and what
We're not gonna be.
No, that's not part of this. Though we are saying up to 500,000 is going to United Way. So the full amount may not necessarily be paid out because of situations like this where we actually saw some progress being made in the recipients getting their benefits. So the thought is there's potential for us to not give the entire 500,000 to United Way based on progress being made on the ground.
So and there's 250,000, right?
250,000 for the food bank. Yep.
So we're not going to be reimbursed from the federal government for funding the 200. That's 750,000 that the Republicans in Washington created for Albany County. That Albany County taxpayers are paying now because Republicans in Washington didn't do their job.
Correct.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chairwoman.
Hold on, I'll let you talk.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Because I'm still not confused about something. How long is it gonna take us to get this out? That was my initial question. How long, will it take before we begin?
We have distributions set up almost every day this week through Saturday in various locations from, we were down in Ravenna today as well as Albany, correct?
In Bern, we're in Bern and
sorry,
Ravenna
apologies.
today.
Yeah, Bern and
On
Ravenna.
Wednesday, we'll be in Albany. On Thursday, we'll be in Cohoes, Watervliet,
Oh, okay.
and then on Friday, we'll be in Colony and Gilberlin.
And people are coming and they know?
Yes.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
are
Okay.
absolutely
There's a
coming.
lot of people today, yeah.
Okay, good. Paul?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. I'm going to support this, but I gotta tell you, I have some concerns. I have a bit of a contrary opinion to Mr. Demolowitz because, the government didn't function until last night a bunch of Democrats decided to support it. 14 times they voted no to shut down the government. And Mr. Demolowitz thinks that's the Republicans' fault. I wasn't going to say a word about that until Gary made his statement.
We'll debate it on the floor.
Okay, stop.
That's
We can
not a
debate it on
debate.
the floor.
It's not a debate on the floor.
I think we have a
Stop,
Republican
Gary.
president.
Gary, we're not gonna solve that
No,
tonight.
we'll do it later.
No, yeah, right. We're not gonna solve that tonight. Does anybody have a question?
I have questions.
You really do?
I have questions, yes, I really do.
Okay, because everybody's gonna get 3 minutes. You
That's
done
right.
used up, 1.5. Okay, go ahead if you're gonna use
Okay.
the same question. All right. I'm sorry,
The state
everybody.
has put in,
Excuse me. I want
what
everybody
is
to
it,
get a chance.
$135 million up to advance SNAP? What has Governor Hochul done? Okay. The federal government is now going to reopen, probably next week, because there's a certain event I was going to go to with a certain congresswoman that is now maybe off because of the
Question.
House coming back.
How long we got?
A minute.
my question is, first of all, how do we make sure that the money that goes to the United Way and for food insecurity goes to Albany County residents?
Because we've asked them to provide identification, so they're asked to provide a government-issued ID as well as their SNAP benefit card in order to get the gift card.
Okay, so we're asking for IDs. That's a wonderful thing.
We have staff on the ground for ESS.
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
Number two, I'm agreeing with something that Gary said. Regardless of whose fault the government shutdown was, we now have everybody rushing to fill the void, and that's a good thing. Okay, the state's doing it, Albany County's doing it. I don't know what. Is there any chance that we can, in some way, if you see in a day or two that this money's gonna flow faster, that maybe our money which would have gone to our budget surplus can be, do you have to expend all $750,000?
No, like I said before, the $500,000, so the $250,000 for the food bank, that was a line budgeted in the 2025 budget. So that is the food insecurity line. So that's just going to what this body voted for, intended for. The 500,000 is up to 500,000. So the idea was we're gonna put 250 in up front to say, this is an emergency, we need a stopgap. These are only $50 or $100 gift cards, right? So it's good to keep that in perspective.
So the,
So
the
it's
food
not-
bank's gonna give out gift cards to Albany County residents?
United Way is going to.
United
Through the grocery stores,
And-
which serves a purpose because we're ensuring that the grocery stores that have stocked their shelves are actually selling their produce that's gonna be going bad. So it has like a double benefit to it.
So the grocery stores are gonna need an EBT card and ID to prove that?
No, so we're going to give people the gift cards once they prove that they're SNAP eligible, and that's at these various locations. And then they could just go to a grocery store and use that gift card as they see fit. If we do see, that people have gotten their SNAP benefits, end of the week, and we're in a good place, we don't necessarily need to spend all 500,000 necessarily. I think we need to kind of play it by ear.
That's wonderful, and that's responsible.
Mr. Camuso.
This has been going on for 43 days now in Washington. It's time that we take action, whether it's at this level, the next level, or the next level. Thanksgiving's around the corner.
Mhm.
Let's move this forward and move it now.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, I'm a little confused on the numbers, because I have on one resolution, 500K for Regional Food Bank and 500K for United Way. So I don't have 750 anywhere. Where is that coming from?
This one here. 750 is the third resolution.
490?
See this?
Okay, I don't have that.
You don't have it right here.
Yeah, I have 5 as well, actually.
Yeah,
Ish.
just to clarify, both resolutions and backups say 500 for both.
Oh, jeez.
So the resolution's wrong? or-
I don't know, this is
Yeah.
the first we're hearing that there's a 250.
500 each, so it should be 250 in one.
Okay,
That-
so they're in, one of them's incorrect.
Regional Food Bank says 500 should be 250.
Yeah, it should be 250, that's what we discussed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I apologize for that, that should be 250.
Ken, why don't we can't we put the money on their SNAP cards? Isn't there a way of doing
We
that?
cannot do that.
It's
'cause
just
those-
not a
no,
possibility?
It's not a possibility.
So you have to
there's a
go
lot of
through-
discussion. You have to go through.
You have to go through another group,
That's correct.
Yeah,
and they get, the gift card is the gift?
yeah,
We're talking
so
about-
essentially, so essentially, it comes straight from the state onto the cards. So, and to go back to the idea of the recouping, we actually don't even know if the state is gonna get recouped for what they've approved, because it hasn't been approved by the federal government, so that adds a layer of complexity there that obviously we don't have to deal with necessarily, but for our purposes here, yes, the state approves it. It doesn't necessarily come through us and then we put it on the cards, it's directly to the vendor.
You have a way of preventing someone from getting 2 gift cards,
Yes,
where others are not getting any. That's what's one of the concerns I have,
yes.
because they have to have all the appropriate ID, and if
They
that's
have
your
appropriate
card.
idea, they're signing up
then
for,
somebody
and
else
we're
has to prove
tracking
up
it.
their card.
That's correct.
I'll make a motion to.
Second.
I don't have any questions.
Wait,
Do we
wait,
need the
other people have their hands up,
The
please.
resolutions are wrong,
Please,
but I
thank
don't
you.
know, I didn't get it.
Ray?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Fully support this. I am concerned, though, obviously, we're not gonna who was responsible for the shutdown, but we know who's responsible for the Doge cuts. And with that, I see a lot of caseworkers and eligibility examiners being cut. These are positions that were expected to be filled this year, and I think we're gonna need them, and I do agree that we should move this money into SNAP.
So,
Can you just explain that to me?
So the positions are still there, so,
Yeah.
but they've been vacant for a number of months. We're taking the difference between the months that were vacant in order to subsidize this particular.
earlier in the year.
Early in the year, so it's like the beginning of the year funding that was already appropriated for, so it's something that we'll use to offset this particular cost, so we stay budget neutral. But the positions can still be filled, there's enough to fill the position before the end of the year, beginning of next.
Okay, and I'll just add that, I'll probably second after the questions are asked, Maggie's motion to move it.
Who made the motion?
Maggie?
Maggie made the motion, you make it a second?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay.
has a question over there.
I heard that. Okay, but I got a motion and a second, I want to recognize that, go ahead.
It seems like an onus for the people who are receiving it, and is anything able to be done for people who might not be able to get to the giveaway? Or like if they're gonna be a hole at the end where 700 people, you'll know who they are probably, right? If you're keeping track in any way, like, are there any, how are we gonna account for that hole in any way? Or will there be a way to address that hole, should it exist?
So there's no way that the county could ever fix the giant hole that's there, right? It's unfortunate, but we're only, filling the gap for a very small percentage of the SNAP recipients, unfortunately. So even if someone couldn't get there, there's not really a way to really, if they called and said they needed something, they were desperate, of course, we have individuals who, my adult protective team will go out and make sure that they get food. They also do, they get collections of donations of food donations from different organizations and different individuals in the community, so they can help that way and drive to the house and drop something off if necessary.
Yeah, and
I've
that's,
seen a lot of drives around, even in my neighborhood, the 3 days.
yeah, we located them so that it was easier to access along bus lines and, various locations throughout the county, so we did try to make it as convenient as possible. But, I think it's,
Working people, need that.
For sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
If anybody's in food insecure, that becomes an adult protective issue, so we'll make sure that we take care of that.
Thank you.
Have someone else ask a question, you don't let them answer? You want to ask?
Yeah, I have a question, yeah.
Somebody else wants to ask a question.
Right.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Thank you. You had said that if you keep records and you know who's received their benefits. So the state has already been providing benefits to some people. They're rolling this out now. So if a person, I'm going to give you an example. If a person comes Wednesday and they haven't received their benefits from the state yet, you'll provide them with the gift cards, correct? Then what if they receive their benefits from the state on Thursday or Friday? Then they receive the card from us as well as their benefits?
That's correct.
Get fresh fruit.
We're talking about a $50 gift card.
Right, it's
Okay, I'm just
$50.
curious.
It's not,
But then the people that have received it would not get the gift card, but the people that receive it after will get the gift card. I just want the clarification.
So they've still been without food for
So,
a couple weeks or.
Right.
If someone gets a gift card on Wednesday, and then they may get their SNAP benefit on Thursday,
Mhm.
and there's absolutely nothing we can do about that.
All right, no,
So they
I
have
just wanted that
$50 extra in
clarification,
their
that's all.
pocket.
And
Yeah.
the name is still there. Okay. 50 or 100?
How much is it for?
It's $50
$50.
$50.
Yes,
Single
or
person.
$100.
We're worried about $50
or $100 for families.
for a family.
100 for a family, okay, so I got a motion and a second.
I'd like to be a co-sponsor of all of these.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna vote on this.
Can we be
Can I just ask
co-sponsors?
a question?
Oh, you want to co-sponsor?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I think everybody would, probably.
Well, it'll come out as a committee, but we get to be individual.
Okay, so, can I get a vote on this?
Aye.
All those, I got a motion from Mr.
Okay.
Louis, I got a second from
Maggie.
Maggie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah. Mr. Grimm?
Oh, can I ask
I
a
didn't
question?
adjourn, I didn't adjourn.
You didn't because we have 3 items.
Oh,
We have more.
okay, we
We're
have
gonna
one.
do this all over again.
Okay.
I just,
Okay, you make a statement and you're gonna ask a question.
yeah, I do.
Which one?
Some people are gonna get it and some aren't. Isn't that gonna be trouble in line? Because,
It's first come, first
do you
served.
mean, yeah, that's what I mean,
And
some
so
in
we're
line
gonna-
aren't gonna get it.
But we're very clear about when they show up at this site, so we're very clear of saying we only have this many cars and that,
So
It's
they have to-
it's an imperfect system for an imperfect time in our lives, but we don't want the perfect to be the enemy of the good.
I just
So,
think that people who are hungry are gonna be pretty aroused if they're in line and they don't get food.
We have discussed
I wanna
a
thank you
situation
for,
with
you know,
Sheriff's
let me
Office.
just say this, I think this was a great, idea to move forward with this, because some of these food pantries and other churches and other, places, some places have been broken into. That's what I heard in church on Sunday. So this is something that we know was sorely needed, and we knew that these things were gonna happen, and we're just trying to do the best we can to fill the stopgap here. And, I appreciate what you all done. Okay, next item.
Item 2 is authorizing an agreement with United Way of the Greater Capital Region regarding food insecurity.
So this,
Motion, move it.
Didn't we just
Okay.
discuss?
We just talked about it for
No,
40 minutes.
they talked about both of them, but we were dealing with the regional food bank.
I got a motion from
Gary.
Gary Demolowitz, I got a second from Ray Joyce, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And item 3 is amending the 2025 Department of Social Services budget for food insecurity, and this is just the total of what we've just discussed.
Motion, move it.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion from Mr. Demolowitz, got a second from Mrs. Campbell, all those in favor?
Aye.
I got a motion to adjourn.
Rebecca, did you amend the first one?
No, we need to amend it on the floor.
All right.
thank you,
Not
everyone.
on this
Appreciate it.
week? Okay.